Hello and welcome to the Poverty Franchise Podcast. My name is PJ and today we're here going to talk about the NBA playoffs and just what's going to happen in regards to that. Let me just go up and pull up the schedule real quick. I have the bracket pulled up right in front of us. Should I pull it up before the video? Yes, I should have. Will I change my mind and fix that? No, I will not. We're going to have to talk. We're talking through it. So basically, the play-in games will happen first, then the playoffs proper will start after that. So that'll all happen this week. Today is your first play-in games. It will be the Hawks versus the Heat, the Timberwolves versus the Lakers, but let's not bore ourselves with the schedule. Let's just talk about the basketball. So starting with the play-in tournament, for your 9 and 10 seed, you have the Pelicans without Zion playing the Young Thunder. And you have the Lakers going against the Timberwolves without. They're going to be without Rudy Gobert. Does that help? Hurt? We're going to just start there. Between the Thunder and the Pelicans, I think this is kind of another lost year for the Pelicans. Again, there's a good team there, but without Zion, it'd probably be more beneficial for them to lose and go. For both teams, actually, it'll probably be more beneficial for them to lose in this play-in and get into the lottery and build around. Because, again, the Thunder, they're going to have to integrate Chet into the lineup next year. Again, they're a good team. They have good pieces there. It's just, does it really benefit them to make the playoffs this year, right? That's what it comes down to. And I don't think it really does, other than to show them that you're led by Shea and Josh Giddey right now. To show that they've made progress. Again, you have Dort locked up long term, or relatively long term. You had Shea average 31 points a game, 5 dimes, a steal, a block, and 4 rebounds a game on really good efficiency from the field in general. From 3, you could ask a bit better. You only shot 34% from 3, which is a bit below average. Giddey also showed promise at that point guard position, with Shea being more the off guard. 16 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds. If Giddey can get his defense up a bit better, he is only 20. Lou Dort is the defender on the team, and Jalen Williams had a really good year too. Jalen with the EN, not LIN. There's 2 of them on the team. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but Jalen Williams had a good year. If you don't have dudes like Paulo and like Walker Kessler walking around, they probably is rookie of the year. But Paul Banchero is obviously rookie of the year. So, but again, there's a good future for him, and then they're going to be integrating a unicorn on paper, a unicorn big at the 5 in Chet, right? So if you're looking at a starting lineup for him, you got Shea, Giddey at your guard spots. You can play small and bring Jalen Williams off the bench. I'd probably have Luke Dort coming off starting because Luke Dort coming off the bench because he's more of a defender gadget guy than like energy guy than anything. They're going to have a lot, and again, they're going to make trades. They're going to make big moves. Not all these people are going to stay here. So, lots of pieces to work with to build out a good roster. Your 3 untouchables right now are Shea, Giddey, and Jalen. I think everyone else is kind of it. And then you got good bench big and Pokovetsky. He can also start at the 4 in a pinch where, let's say you're going small, you're going to play Giddey, Shea, and Jalen Williams. You have Pozevsky and Chet will round out your starting lineup. Also, the other Jalen is a pretty solid power forward as well. So, but between that, on paper, I'm probably going to give it to the Thunder just because I just think they're going to be fighting for a bit more to prove that they belong and just to get into the dance. Sam Presti's doing God's work out there. if they just work on their defense, they'll be a real solid team, and it just can make their efficiency a bit better. So I have Thunder winning the first play-in to get to the second round of the play-in. Lakers Timberwolves. I have the Lakers getting in as the 7th seed and playing the Grizzlies. I think the Timberwolves will flame, and I think the Timberwolves end up beating the Thunder in the next round. I think the loss of Rudy Gobert hurts a team that relies a lot on the inside-out game, like the Lakers with LeBron and Anthony Davis. It's like the one thing Rudy Gobert is good at is standing and taking up space, and with Anthony Edwards and Karl-Anthony Towns alone, can they do it? I've also been failing to keep track if Karl-Anthony Towns is healthy, because he's been hurt for so long this year. Yeah, he's healthy, all right. I think he's healthy. Yeah, he's questionable, so take that with a grain of salt. Jaden McDaniels is out. Naz Reid is out. He's out for the season, so you're losing a lot of depth there. So it's really just going to be Anthony Edwards trying his fucking best out there. Sure, you got a resurgent, and then you got, you also got Mike Conley, but again, they're trying. They're fucking trying, okay? That's all I can really say about them. They're trying, but I don't think they're going to make it to the I think they're going to lose that game. I think they have a better chance against the Thunder once Rudy Gobert comes back. Their talent pool is, and they're more experienced than the Thunder. You can especially factor in vets like Conley and Gobert. I think they'll get into the playoffs as the 8th seed to promptly get swept by the Nuggets. Moving to the East, my Chicago Bulls. I'm going to move the camera over there. My Chicago Bulls. Man, what a time. We're having camera issues. Technical difficulties. Be right back. Technical difficulties aside, my camera's a piece of shit sometimes. Sorry. The Bulls and Raptors are playing each other today. Not today. They're playing tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I want the Bulls to win. Do I really want to just get swept by the Bucks? Like, I guess, but I think the Heat will beat the Hawks. And I think the Bulls can beat the Hawks. That's just my prediction. I think the Heat-Celtics series will be a good one. And now moving to the playoffs proper, I'm not really giving like deep, thorough analysis. I just think the Heat are a better coached team than the Hawks. They're going through trials and tribulations, the Hawks right now. They have a third option who doesn't really want to be there in John Collins. Trae Young may not be there. They had coaching turnover this year because they fired Nate McMillan. Do I know who they replaced him with? I'm going to be honest with you. No, I did not follow that. Because I haven't been really watching much Hawks basketball this year. Quinn Snyder, he's led them. Yeah, and he can't. Quinn Snyder's a good coach. He can't just drop them into the middle of the year and ask them to fix this. Their defense is atrocious. Again, you got dudes who don't really want to be there right now. You still got good young pieces there. Again, DeJounte Murray's playing good. Trae Young's playing good. DeAndre Hunter's playing good. Bogdan's playing good. Clint Capella's still averaging his double-double. And you got good young pieces. Sadiq Bey is lighting it up from 3. Ngaku's a good bench big. AJ Griffin looks like a great young player. Yeah, your problem is really your third option don't want to fucking be there. You're averaging 13 points a game. John Collins had a huge fall off, in my opinion, at least from where it's potentially. Kind of reminds me of big Kelly Oubre. When on the Wizards or Otto Porter, where you think every year they're going to really break out and be that star player, that second option. He just doesn't. He averaged 21 points in the 1920 season. Only played 41 games. And he's only averaged 13 points a game this year. He's only shooting 29% from 3, a career low. He's still putting up 50% from the field, but it's also a career low because he's been as high as 58%. He was at 52% last year. His true shooting percentage is 55%. It's not great, especially for a rim-running big he'll be gone next year, though. They're checked out, in my opinion. And if they're checked out, they're not going to win basketball games in high-leverage situations. So I think the Heat will win that one. I think the Bulls will beat the Raptors. I think DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Vooch are still veteran players, and Billy Donovan, as much as I rag on him, is still a veteran coach. I think they bring a bit more, again, to the table than the Raptors. And then if they are playing the Hawks, I truly believe the Bulls will beat the Hawks and get swept, and then proceed to move right into my NBA playoff analysis just for the first round. I'm gonna let each round kind of play out and then do new predictions. So I'm just gonna do the first round today, and I'll keep making videos as the seasons, and I'll maybe make some shorts on how series are progressing, stuff like that. So just the first round matchups. So with my no matter who makes the play, there's only one time where I'm saying who makes the play in might affect the series, and that's the Lakers or the 7 or 8 seed. I think you'll have more difficult series each way. I don't think either way they'll advance. I think they have a better chance. I think the Lakers have a better chance of advancing against the Grizzlies than the Nuggets. Just because, again, the Grizzlies' internal strife and the problems Dylan Brooks can cause for your team. But starting with the East, even though I just discussed the West, the Bucks will sweep whoever gets there. I don't care who. Not sweep. They may gentlemen sweep. The Bucks are winning that shit. The Celtics Heat series will be interesting. I think the Celtics just have they have a bit too much firepower for the Heat. Bam has just been a little bit off this year from when I've watched him. And the Heat, again, he's not putting up bad numbers or anything. He's just not, again, like a dominant force down right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how that series plays out. Again, I just think the Heat are going to be eliminated in the first round. It's no fault of their own. It's just sometimes how it goes, you know. They're stuck with a shit contract out there. You know, with Robin. Oh my god, what's Duncan Robinson? Thank you. Oh my god, I forgot his name. Duncan Robinson has one of the worst contracts in the league because Max Strus effectively replaced him in his own role. The team cannot shoot from three well, and that's probably going to be their biggest downfall. It's still a good team. I mean, you're playing Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, Bam, Tyler Hero. Again, this is a good scoring team. You bring Victor Oladipo, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, Kevin Love, Caleb Martin off the bench. This is not a bad roster. I just don't think it's a strong roster either. Or it's strong enough to really get past the Celtics. I just think they're countered in every position, basically. Like, when you really boil it down. I mean, the thing is they can't defend Brown and Tatum. Plus, they have a formidable defensive big to help at least help make Bam work down there. And Joe Mazzulla is a great coach. He might be a better X's and O's guy. Oh yeah, just top to bottom. I mean, Tatum, Brown, Smart, Horford, Derek White, Brogdon, the Williamses, Grant and Robert, Payne Pritchard. I mean, it's a deep. They're just much deeper overall. So I think the Celtics will win that series. It might go to 6 games, but I think the Celtics win that series. To the 3 and 6 seed, the Nets are a good story. The Sixers will beat them though. We'll come back to the Nets next year. Mikal Bridges being the number one option. We'll come back to them next year. One of the more interesting series will be your Cavs-Knicks series. It's now time for Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland to prove themselves in the playoffs. I think this is going to be one of your few 7-game series in the first round. They're very close. The Cavs are better coached. And I think the Cavs just have a bit more talent. I think they have a better superstar leading the team. As much as I like Jalen Brunson, and as much as Julius Randle is not playing that bad this year, he's actually doing really well. I don't think the trio of Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, and RJ Barrett can beat the trio of Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, and Jarrett Allen. I just don't think so. It'll be fun watching it play. It's 2 deep teams with loads of athleticism, loads of scoring, loads of exciting players. This team, for a Tom Thibodeau team, doesn't really play the best defense. It has about as slow as a pace as a normal Tom Thibodeau team. And then we'll see how those Tom Thibodeau minutes treat you. Julius Randle is still hurt. I don't know how many games he's going to miss opening into the series, but we will see. I have it going to the Cavs. I think the Cavs are sneakily one of your better teams in the East, and I think they'll win that series. And then moving to the West, for my prediction, it'll be Nuggets Timberwolves. Have fun with your sweep. Nuggets, enjoy the rest. Grizzlies Lakers it's an interesting series. It really, really is an interesting series. I still think the Grizzlies will win that series. I think even with the addition of D'Angelo Russell and Jared Vanderbilt and all your really good role players, I mean, unless Dylan Brooks and John Morant just do absolute stupid shit and the Lakers because your only real problem is that you kind of need Steven Adams there to stand in the middle, and Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to have to really prove he's going to have to make Anthony Davis work for every bucket in the paint. If he doesn't work for every bucket, it's going to be a long fucking series for them. And it's just going to come down to the fact and Steven Adams is going to be out for the rest of the year. He's not going to make it back, sadly. So, they're banged up. A little bit. They're going to be without their starting center. So, that's going to be an interesting series. I think I'll probably give it to the Lakers, though. Only because I may have said the Grizzlies have a better chance. I think the Grizzlies have a better chance of advancing, but I think I'm just going to predict the Lakers advancing. Only because I think LeBron and Anthony Davis will show up for the playoffs, and the Grizzlies. I don't think Jaren Jackson. I don't think they're ready yet. I think they're one player away. I really do. Kings Warriors. The Kings might be a little bit ahead of schedule. I talked to one of my coworkers who's a Warriors fan. This is going to come down to can the Kings run their Fox Sabonis combo effectively, and can the Warriors stop it? The Warriors are going to be in for, and can the Kings stop Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson? The Kings, I don't think you're going to win a game in Sacramento, but in order to win the series, the Warriors are going to have to steal one, and the Warriors are going to have to protect home court. I'll give it to the Warriors. I think the same with the Grizzlies. The Kings are just a little bit early in terms of their development. I can be wrong. But it comes out of that Steve Kerr has never lost a playoff series to a Western Conference team. Every time Steve Kerr has made the playoffs, he has gone to the NBA Finals. I think he's lost a play-in game. But those don't count towards playoff statistics, so. And then your 4-5 seed, I'm giving it to the Suns. I'm fucking sorry. I really am. I don't think you're beating a team of Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant. I really don't, especially with Paul George banged up. The Clippers kind of fumbled a high seed. It's going to be a good series. I'm going to go Suns, though, just on that fact alone. Plus DeAndre Ayton. I just think they have more firepower. But KD can get hurt at any time. He is kind of made of glass. So those are my NBA first round predictions. I'll have second round predictions and kind of shorts and reactions going on to the playoffs. It's been PJ with the Poverty Franchise Podcast signing off.